Hello and welcome to another turn of Dominion 6. We are getting very close to finishing out our Paren game. We are in Cataclysm on turn 90. And we get attacked by man. Oh no, actually we do. Well, we do get attacked. We've got some problems. We've got lesser horrors all over the place. We've got our trolls busy messing around. So far, they only have hit places. This is like our Enchanted Forest, where I know beaten by the forces in the bot. Okay, so we didn't hit there, but we've mostly only hit places that had a fort, so we don't actually get the territory. Here you can see, this is what I was talking about in the last video, right? We've got a water elemental that's attacking into, you know, a lizard shaman, but we only got a size 4 water elemental, and he's just, now again, we're in a new patch, so maybe he'll win this time, but in the event, he does not win. He's just getting out-bopped by a lizard shaman. So, that's not great. He did kill a monk. We get attacked here by man. Which is not great for us. Don't remember what... And he retreated. So he didn't really attack. He just kind of... Oh, he ran out of leadership. That's right. Because we got rid of his monk got killed. But again, he's got no reason to be here. So it kind of seems like man's up to something. We can also see this turn that his god has moved into our border, along with a bunch of stuff. So that's spicy. Magic is up. Horrors are a problem. Yeah. Horrors are bad news. We're currently unable to afford our upkeep. Let's see, are we casting or forging anything? Just more tempests. Yeah, just more tempests. I, in the actual event, did not notice that he did this. I don't remember why or how, but I did not notice that this was here. You have to patrol, to defeat the horrors. If you just sit in your fort, the horrors actually can eat your throne on top of your fort. So you have to patrol. So that's why we're patrolling here. Again, we don't really have enough, so that's unfortunate. But we have to do it. And we're going to be patrolling with our forces here and here. Except our Water 5, who is going to be researching because he's crazy. But we're just patrolling on all of our stuff to try and make sure that the horrors don't get us. We can't really see what other people have got. This looks like it should be strong enough to defend against some horrors, but hard to say for sure. All right, let's jump to 92 because this is where it gets really spicy. Because we, unsurprisingly, get attacked by man, who, you know, also we just lose a bajillion things. Okay, so man tries to essentially elf us with mostly Hidden Kushi stuff. I'm not going to watch all of them because there's just a lot. And he basically, yeah, he elfs us. We probably could have had more stuff out patrolling, like we won this one. Here, this is our throne, which we are patrolling. And unfortunately, right, we're just not quite prepped up for this. We don't have enough mages here. And what happens is we get time stopped by his god. Now, I will point out that this god is horror marked and is actively wearing a robe of the Magi and could get murked by a Doom Horror or the Hunter of Heroes. He's got like 34 HP at really exactly any point. But in this case, he's going to successfully time stop us, and then we're not going to get any anti-magic off, and he is going to master enslave us. Which is quite bad for us, as, you know, right, half of our knights have pretty much turned on us right away, and he's going to get to do it again. And so that's quite bad. Then everybody lands. And ultimately, we just don't have... we're not able to sort of hold up against the master and slave that keeps coming out. Now, again, like I said, there's an excellent chance that his god just gets murdered at some point. He does pick up 64 demon knights, which is too bad. We lose everything. And our fort gets 1 turn cracked. So that's bad. That's very bad. And we have nothing to defend, so we're not going to be able to defend. So that's going to bring us down to only 4 thrones, which is still the most, but it's a lot harder to win with 4 thrones than 5. And so we're going to go ahead and respond. You can see we're going to try and hit just about everything we can reach. We're going to do some magic phase bits as well. So we're going to go for an absolutely massive counter raid. There isn't much we can do. Like this group, you know, we can do the turn 1 anti-magic, although he has the fast casting hat. So what we really need to do is make a fast casting hat to make sure we get ours off in time. Which we have the paths for, our god can do. And yeah, so we're going to respond. And the other big thing that's going to happen is that Zan has put up Dreams of the Awakening God. Now, Dreams of the Awakening God, like you can see, I still have Enchanted Forests up. And Dreams of the Awakening God has cut my Dominion by 1/3, right? It's a huge impact. And we're in better shape than some of the others. I can tell you that, I guess we had to talk about, Nabaa is almost getting Dom killed, just like right off the bat. They are completely incapable of putting up with this. So we're gonna see they're gonna strike out. Essentially, they have to kill this caster before they get Dom killed, basically. So they're gonna go to war. So we're gonna see Vanarus and Nabaa go to war, and obviously we are now at war with Man. And so what we still, I mean, we need to strike back. We need to target this throne, and we need to buy time for our forces to do that and see if we can win the game still via horrors. So big strike back coming next turn. This was what, 92? Yeah, so let's go to 93. Uh, 93. All right. So we're empowering golems so that we can do more stuff under this. So we send in some special monsters to try and take out Man stuff. So Man also is very much at risk of getting Dom killed. Right now he's got plenty, but we're going to be trying to take out all of the, the unforted temples he has literally everywhere. And he doesn't have something like Bloodsack. So it looks like our horrors are not going to get the job done in either of these provinces, but that's okay. Let's make sure that actually happened. No, see, here we actually won. This one did lose. Yeah, we lose a bunch of stuff. Oh, here we go. So here's, we get attacked by multiple Doom Horrors, or essentially Doom Horror armies on our throne. So here we've got the Abomination of Desolation with his lifelong protection and the Heart of Life. And he's going to run into our big group. This is mostly our Tart group. Did he get all the way in the back already? Dang. I guess he teleports. So we need to try and kill him. Everybody's just chilling, but they need to move. And he's got 25 MR, 20 prot, but no regen. He is ethereal, so that's a big deal. And he teleports. So it's going to be kind of hard for us to get to him all the time. You can see we hurt him. Oh, he does have some kind of regen. Oh, no, he's got life drain. Yeah, he's got life drain. So we need to try and cut through, but so far we're not really making much progress. Fast forward. But now you can see we are, in fact, able to kill him, particularly once our Cyclops gets into the mix. It's actually not even a commander. It's just a unit, which is pretty funny. So we repel a Doom Horror. And then this is, I'm just calling it like a horror army. This is also another Cataclysm thing, where you just get these massive stacks of horrors that come to attack you. And each one of these contributes a value to killing a throne. So like, even if it's not a Doom Horror, these guys being here can kill your thrones. Now we're doing a pretty good job of protecting our stuff. And our army is pretty buffed up. We've got the regen, we've got the enlarge. Actually, we don't have enlarge, but we've got the regen. So we should be able to repel this without terrible losses. But like, these guys are strong. I mean, they're gonna fit 8 attacks per square. So and like these get weakness. So they're pretty dangerous. We take, we do lose 8 Sargina, 6 Demon Knights, some Emerald Knights. So we lose some stuff. We lost 3 Demon Knights against the Abomination of Desolation. And then we have 1,000,000 attacks. So go ahead and look through some of the raiding we did, just because I haven't had to actually do a ton of raiding this game. Now this is very late raiding. So we're going to be doing a Vampire, just no kit, Soul Vortex, Horde of Skeletons. He's going to do that twice, and then I believe he's going to... No, we're just doing all Horde of Skeletons. Okay. It's been a long time. You can also do like Horde of Skeletons and have them jump in. Also a big deal in Dominion 6 that wasn't the case in Dominions 5, and it's not quite helping us here, is that Soul Vortex will trigger off of plants. So like there's a chance he could have been draining this tree. But he is going to go ahead and win this one anyway. Another Vampire. And again, my thought here is we're pretty close to the end of the game. Normally I don't like sort of naked raiding with vampires like this. They're likely to get soul slayed, or have some kind of negative thing befall them. But this late in the game, right? Like if they die, they're probably not going to reform in time for the game to even come back anyway. So this time, looks like Soul Vortex is basically enough to keep him healthy and alive. As he casts Terror on people, which is not the best spell. And he actually routes. In the real one, though, he does kill this giant PD dump, and he kills a temple, which is great. But we can see that could have failed. He failed the morale check there. He wasn't going to die, so it was pretty unlucky, I think, in that version that he didn't win. But out here, easy win. Demonic Locust coming in, so not only do they raise this temple, they're also going to then apply the Locust pressure onto his Dominion, because man could easily also get killed by Van's spell. Gonna go ahead and push through this as well. Again, same deal. Locust come in, raise the temple, kill some monks, put the Locust pressure on. Man attacks us back. With some miscellaneous stuff. We send in werewolves. Another vampire lord. Mostly vampire lords. Here's a little one. Sargina and Storm Demons. And so she can just do, she's gonna do Mistform on herself. Actually, there's Bloodlust. I'd say maybe she didn't actually trigger. But she's gonna do Mistform. And then they're just going to lightning bolt everything to death because Storm Demons kick ass when they hit. Well, there goes a poor bird. Good old Summon a Hawk. I'm glad. This is, like I mentioned before, this is on vanilla spellcasting. Summon Hawk, definitely the thing at the end of the tech tree that was the best for her to do. We get attacked. Let's see, vampires. We kill a sage and a lizard. This one is fun. This is just imps, I think. Yeah, just good old 2 guys doing 4 casts of summon imps. And they pick off an entire mess of priests. They kill 13 monks. Obviously, man has 1,000,000 monks. Like, it doesn't really matter that much, but it's pretty funny. Vampire, successful. Vampire, successful. We go ahead, and this is a bigger one. We went ahead and raised the temple here. So again, we've kind of got mixed troops. We do have to be careful with the heat aura here. She does not have any resistance to that. So that's a little risky. But she's going to just mist form up and then Bloodlust on the troops. And then they can just jump right in and try and fight. You can see we actually did lose one. Mistform goes a long... Oh, no. Yeah, we did. I did this one. Mistform goes a long way, but it's not, you know, the end of the story. And we are obviously very late in the game here, but this is a raiding party that you could build as soon as you have access to Ritual of the Five Gates. And like it flies, so it's pretty nice. Let's see, we saw that one already. So we just watched. We did go ahead and successfully repel some Monk and Kushi. We raise another temple. They capture our fortress, nothing inside. They capture our fortress, again, nothing really inside to fight with. We go ahead and conquer something of theirs with a Bane here. And we take control again there, but it doesn't work. So, Horrors is a problem. We're obviously very well into Izakata here. All right, so you can see from like a territory perspective, we had a big jump up, although it's not that important, right? The fourth is more important. Our income obviously gets crushed by the Armageddon, and then going into Horrors is very bad news. Our blood income is going to suffer as well. You can see our Dominion does bounce back a little bit here. And I think this is partially taking pressure coming off because we killed a lot of temples. We continue to blood sack, etc. Yeah, we lose an ascension point last turn, which is rough. All right, so we've got a group. We're going to go try and sit on this fort. There's currently nothing here that we can see. Now, there could be stealthy stuff, but it has to patrol to actually defend against the horrors. And so, like, I think that if this throne gets targeted, I think it just dies. And I don't know to exactly what extent man is aware of that versus them thinking that this fort will protect them and their throne. I don't know. Or they may just say, hey, I don't have the capacity to defend this. Like I have bigger problems, right? I'm going to take this. We're going to move on to this. I need to march as quickly as possible onto this throne. I do think he made a mistake here. Perhaps underestimating, again, Cataclysm. Like, this force needs to be moving, right? Most of this should be here, I think, and a smaller force should have stayed to try and storm this. So I think that might have been a mistake. And it may just be, again, not quite knowing exactly how potent Cataclysm is in Dominion 6. Because again, from the testing that I had done in another game, I was pretty sure that the game would not last that long. And that the horrors would overwhelm any kind of defenses that are not super strong. And so, like, we've defended against 2 horror attacks so far. And we are, once again, we're going to mass raid a ton of stuff. We have a lot of red arrows. A lot of red arrows going out. We're going to try and put this under siege. We're building up another force here in Peren that's going to march to try and put this in check. So a lot going on. Probably not enough. But this force also should do quite a bit better against his army than our first one did. This army actually has stuff. Has casters, including someone who can cast Turn 1 anti-magic. And the other one didn't, so this is a big difference there. So, all right, let's go to 94. See what happens. 94. All right. So the god stayed to claim the throne. I will say, yeah, it's fair. The god has to stay to claim the throne. There's the mass dispel goes off, which dispels most of our stuff. This is actually Nabaa trying to dispel the Legion's demise. Or, I'm sorry, not Legion's demise. Dreams of the Awakening God, although it fails. It also does not kill our Vengeful Water, which is funny. But most of our other stuff has all been dispelled. The Zan is wishing for Dominion, which is quite dangerous. We go ahead and successfully kill 2 underwater provinces of Mans, which is great. It kills temples as well. We get murdered by dudes. Vampire destroys a temple. Vampire destroys a temple. Locusts destroy a temple and kill 3 daughters. Our vampire loses here. Shogin and Storm Demons lose to a large amount of troops. The werewolves trying to take the throne, obviously, unsurprisingly, are not successful. But they do kill 16 monks, which is not nothing because we have a lot of demons. Man takes a province. Man takes a province. Our vampire dies. Vampire dies. Vampire dies. So we did a lot worse this turn. Here we killed some knights and a monk, but our locusts die. We kill another temple. We did not win there. There's a temple here, or a fortress here. A temple raised, and this one we lost, but we killed a knight and a monk. The spell being cast to dispel everything also horror marked everybody. So there's even more horror nonsense going around. You can also see there don't appear to be like I still have Vengeful Water up, and there's stuff in my Dominion, and none of it is getting killed by by water elementals. We don't see this army moving. It's still not here. And maybe it can double move. But it's hard to imagine that all of it can double move onto my fort. So I think, again, that's probably a mistake. We can see 1 throne has been eaten because it's down to 11 ascension points. So now 6 thrones. 6 thrones to win. We've got 3, 4, and just 1. I don't know. I don't know if we get a message on which throne got eaten. I don't think we do. No, it doesn't look like it. But so this turn we didn't do as well in our rating. We still took some stuff, but we took a lot of rating losses. But again, the important part, well, first of all, they're almost all vampires, so they can come back. But also importantly, right, we killed a lot of temples, and that's going to help us stay ahead of this Dominion problem. But we are getting pressured down. That's still happening. We've used up our whole bank of blood slaves, doing more summoning. So, and it's going to get a little harder, especially if there's like heavy internal raiding. We need to start hunting our forts, which is fine. We have no money anyway. We pretty much have what we have from a gold troop perspective. We're not going to be getting, or mages, we're not going to be getting any more. And so, yeah, we're going to do a little bit more raiding. We're going to chill here. I think, yeah. Patrolling, try and hold out against more horrors. And we'll see. I expect, right, I certainly expect to see the army of man coming in here. I think he's just been a little too slow for how dangerous Cataclysm is. So, okay. And we'll go to 95. And as you can see from the title, this is in fact the final turn. There are multiple thrones eaten. The Crystal Throne has been destroyed for Zan, and the Iron Throne has been destroyed for Nabah. And so that gives us the most points. And we have the 8 points we need to win the game. And so that's that. We take the win. Right at the end, obviously, there was a lot more stuff going on. Let's take a look at some graphs. So again, we can't actually see invisible units still. which is pretty annoying even on this screen. I know from talking with Naba afterwards, like I marched this army, right, to go and try and claim this, which I don't see that much here that could stop me, and I successfully cut it off. But there's actually like a giant stack that's just sitting here waiting to attack me if it looks like I'm going to take this. But even afterwards, we can't see it. So that's, it's too bad we can't see it, but that's what it is. We took this back. Now the army is here, but just way too late to stop us, right? I mean, he needed to be here sooner. So let's look. Yeah, so that's the win. This is my first win of Dominion 6. I realize we're posting about it now. This is way after it happened. Actually, okay, no, it wasn't the first win of Dominion 6. The Baratos game that already went up on the channel started later but ended sooner in a win. But then I won this one, I think not too long after that one. I was 2-0 very briefly. We did not stay 2-0. But we were, for a brief moment, undefeated in Dominion 6 throughout multiple games. Let's check out some graphs now that we have access to them. So we can see Naba actually does a huge jump here, and that's all at Vanarus's expense. Like I said, Naba absolutely tried to jump in to finish, to try and stop Vanarus from dom killing everyone. Because that is absolutely what was about to happen. We were, basically all down here. Naba's way up here with a lot of extra territory. Naba is in a tough spot all game as he just didn't have access to very many thrones. So even though he was quite large, and really sort of hanging in there with us, he just had way fewer thrones. Vanarus was the largest by a pretty good margin. Way more forts. We're down at the bottom here. He had the most income. So Vanarus was the one who cast Armageddon, and he had the most income. So it's kind of interesting. Obviously, it hurts everybody, but he lost the most sort of raw gold. Now, maybe and blood hunting too, right? Because it hurts the population. So I don't know about that one. He had the most gems, although Naba had just taken away a bunch. And the big dispel cut into his gems a lot because he had a lot of globals. You can see, though, he has a ton more gems than everyone else throughout the whole game. Man kind of at the bottom here. He was obviously fighting that war against Asphodel forever. We could see Naba actually had a huge blood income. They found garnets on, like, the first turn. It was, like, right away. And then they successfully kept them under Illusory Army basically the whole time. Not Illusory Army, like Illusion, or whatever the Malika does. So you can see Naba actually had a ton of blood slaves. Research-wise, Vanarus is in first, but we're so late in the game, everybody has access to pretty much everything they want. If you have the wrong 9, it's probably your own fault, like it is for me. Here's the Dominion graph, and you can see why Naba, I mean, look at Naba, he's so concerned. But I'm down, man's down. Like, there's absolutely a risk that we were all just going to get dom killed. Especially because, like, once one of us goes, right, all their pressure back goes away. So Vanarus is probably somewhere between maybe 5 and 10 turns, maybe it's even faster, away from dom killing everyone. I mean, Vanarus, yeah. But we're headed down, and we lost our Enchanted Forest, obviously, and Van picked it up. So a huge swing in Dominion pressure there as well. So we were on the clock. Right, Man was pushing in on us, although I think we had a decent chance against his army with our real army. But Man was pushing in on us a little bit, and obviously Vanarus was coming in hot on Dominion. Army size not terribly relevant. It's because a lot of this is going to be patrol chaff. And then we have the most points. So super fun game. It took a very long time to play. I'm not super happy with the way I played a lot of turns. There's a lot of time period, right? Where, and you can see, like, I just don't do anything. Like, and it's, it's not that we're literally doing nothing, right? Especially as a big blood nation. We're scaling into into the demonic forces, like we're doing something. But this is an unacceptably long amount of time to not do something. Like, we could have tried to stab Asphodel, we could have tried to stab Man, who were both stuck fighting each other. Like, we had a lot of options where we could have made something happen. And instead, right, we do start to fall behind a little. Luckily, they keep, Man and Asphodel fight forever, which keeps them down. But like Nabaz getting ahead of us, Zan is way ahead of us. And like I pick up, here's where I pick up Olm, but like at the same time, Vanarus has picked up, I think, parts of Agartha, if I remember correctly, and is getting way ahead. So I think this is an unacceptable line from a game progression. Like, you just got to do better. Well, I have to do better at being aggressive and at making some stuff happen. So I think that was a mistake. I think, again, the turns started to take like 3, 4, 5 days between turns. And I really struggle with that personally. I lose interest, which is not an excuse. It's just a reality for me. And I think that leads to this kind of not doing anything line. So this, I know we do get the win eventually here, but it was close, and we were fortunate that it happened that way. So I think this is the takeaway, is that this is an unacceptable line for me. But I'm happy with how we scaled up our stuff. Our blood economy could have been larger. We were running it, we could have had more chaff to get more blood out early. I think would have been good. I would not pick Vengeful Water again. I don't think it did anything. So that was too bad. Let's actually, let me see. We have the whole map now. Maybe we can find these throne fights. Let's see. Is this? I can't view them. Okay, maybe not. I know one was underground. It was somewhere over here. Let's see. Let's see if it tells us. No, it just tells us it was destroyed. I know it was around here, and like you can see it's being besieged by special monsters. So this is where it was. We just can't see it. If you check out Cookie's channel, you'll see him lose this one. And he might have gotten vision on what happened to Zan's as well. But basically, Cookies didn't have enough stuff because he'd thrown everything into trying to push Zan off. And I'm not exactly sure what happened with Zan's. Again, unless there is a ton of stuff that's hidden, this throne is only not taken because it happened to not be targeted. Same for this one. So I think both of those would have... this one now too, because we moved off. So again, I don't know exactly. Again, this is our first Dominion 6 game. I don't know exactly what Man knew, but all of those are extremely vulnerable, and he could have lost any of them, it looks like, at any time. Again, unless there's more stuff here that I can't see, which is possible. But yeah, so I'm not super thrilled with how I played a lot of this game. I think there's a lot of lessons to take away for myself in terms of being passive. I think that has continued to be my biggest weakness in Dominions, is being overly passive, and not being aggressive, not being more active on the Diplo scene. I kind of just let it go. Most of my Diplo I just funneled through Nabad this game, which obviously is a really dangerous way to do Diplo. But I'm happy enough with how some of the armies were constructed. The Demon Knights are awesome. They did a really good job. I think that the Storm Demons are probably better, particularly as you get later in the game. But the Demon Knights were pretty sweet. So I don't know that I regret them. Especially for Peren, right? You get a lot of extra sort of free value on the Demon Knights as opposed to you would get on the Storm Demons. What else? Yeah. Fun game. If you somehow haven't yet, right, the perspective on this game is up from Man and from... I think a lot of people put up perspectives. right? Asphodel has one, it's great. Man has one, it's great. I did. Cookies did. Kirby did. It was obviously short-lived. I don't think Zan ever did. And I think it was streamed for Jotunheim. Did I forget? I don't think I forgot anybody. I don't think they did. I don't know about Agartha. I know Ulm didn't. I know Abyssia didn't. I know iFlight didn't. So you can definitely check this out from some other perspectives. And see, you know, from their side exactly how lucky we were to get away with this. Although again, the thrones get, I mean, you can see last turn we had 2 thrones attacked. This turn 2 thrones were attacked. This game was ending via horrors extremely soon because most of these thrones are not properly garrisoned. But all right. That is it for this one. I have a couple of different series in mind coming up. We've got a tournament game I'm casting. I don't know exactly when we'll be able to start putting that one up. And I've got, I think, probably a mod game that's going to go up next. There's some Hinnom games that are out there. There's a Baratos game, which you're going to actually see probably on Cookie's channel because he's casting it. So I think I'm just, because I have enough stuff, I'm just going to let him cast it. And it tragically has a bit of a line for me. So, yeah. Thanks, everybody, for sticking with me through the whole series. And I'm excited for the win and excited to put some new stuff out there. So, I hope to see you all in the next series, and have a great day.